Testing. Okay. Okay, guys. So, this is a tutorial for setting up a full car sim. Um, and so first off, um, you go to geometry and you wait. I don't know why it's not giving me an option to, but no, you should be able to um get an option for replace or add geometry, add a new geometry, and then you select that, and then you will should locate the file and yeah, put it in here. And you make sure that you save the file as a step AP214, because that's a format that we have to save the file in. And after that, you edit the geometry in Spaceclaim. So once you open up Spaceclaim, this is what it will look like. Like that's what it will look like for now. And then you scroll around, and then you get to this place. And just to move around in Spaceclaim, um, you use the middle scroll wheel to go left, right, up, down, and you hold control and then use the scroll wheel again. Like press down your scroll wheel. Um, you can do that, move around. So like you have basically use your scroll wheel to navigate. You press down your scroll wheel for navigation. Um, so so first, I want you to delete this and delete this extra video right here because we're going to be running a half a car simulation because it's faster. And so we can just delete this one, dislocate it, and you can delete it. After that, I want you to suppress everything. So while holding control, you can select multiple options and just right click on these and suppress your physics. So you want to essentially suppress everything except for enclosure. And then you can hold shift and click on, oh wait, just click out and then hold shift and click on this. So it will select multiple in one go. And then you right click and suppress physics. After that, you can hide your enclosures. Um, and now we have to start with pulling some of the geometries and then cutting them out. Um, so for them, the first pull is you go to the edge of this under tray and then you pull this out by 2 millimeters. So you go to design pull over here, and then you click on the surface and then you type in 2 and press enter. So that should pull this surface out by 2 millimeters. And after that, you click on combine and you just click on, and then you click on the side pod and then the under tray. And it should let you cut two things out. So the one is this, and the other one is this tiny line, like extrusion inside the body. So you cut that out too. After that, you click on the side pod and you click on the body and you cut the internal part of the side pod out. And after that, you again go to pull and then you navigate down here to the bottom side of the body. So like right here. And you click on this surface and then you scroll up like that and you go to the top surface of this under tray. Now by holding control, click on this. Oh, wait, no, you um mark so you know you navigate down here and you navigate down here to the underside of the body and you click on this and then you press U and then you click on this top surface of the underside right here. So what essentially we're doing here is we are pulling the body to the under tray because this can cause bad the gap there can cause bad mesh cells which we don't want. Um, um, So moving on, over here, just then after that, you see this number. So you pull the body to the under tray. And now you can again just type 40 and press enter. Now it will pull the extrusion out. Just ignore that. I don't know what's that about, but oh, and after you're done with that, you pull this leading edge of the under tray out by 2 millimeters again. And you combine, and you click on the body and the under tray. That should let you cut this coffin out twice again. Now after that, I want you to just undo like a couple of the pulls. So this one, just click on this and press U, and then pull it back in, and then on this and you type 0. So yeah, then you go down here and then you just want to pull some of these things. I think it's this thing. I could be wrong. Yeah, no. So you click on that line and you type 2 again. You pull it. So we also generally want some curved edges. Um, yeah. Sometimes it just doesn't want to. Like it can be, I don't know, weird about that. But um, yeah. No. See. Yeah. Yeah. And, Workbench can sometimes be like that. But yeah. That's like yeah, that should be fine in my opinion. Yep. So moving on. So now we have cut everything out. The side pod, body, under tray. Now we combine them. So you have to do this in a specific order, essentially. Um, so you hold control and click on the side pod, then click on the under tray, and then you click on this body. And then you go back here, and then you click on this outer shell while holding control. So, and yeah, I think that's that. And over here, it sometimes it unsuppresses the stuff. I'm not sure why, but just suppress these for physics again. Um, yeah, this one's not gonna let me get just the surface, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so now you wanna essentially just cut everything out um into the enclosure. So um so you click on this enclosure and then you click on this. And it should give you an option, this pink option right here. Don't click on the outside, click on this inside part. And you cut out the body and like the under tray side pod into the enclosure. Then you click on this front wing and then you just cut it from here, like this right here. You click on that and then you click on the rear wing and then you cut that out. And then you click on the powertrain, you cut out the powertrain, you click on the floor frame. Now you should have two places to cut in. The one is this top place, right? This circle. And on here in the bottom, there should be a square. So that's that. And then you click on the exhaust and then you cut the exhaust out. And then don't forget the wheels. Underneath, so you go underneath the enclosure and you click on the wheel. You cut it out. And same here. After you're done with that, after you cut everything out, you can right click on Boss Extrude 1 and hide others. And I click select and just click out so all the orange goes away. And after that, you can see like it's everything is cut out. And after that is done, just click on combine again. So combine this and then you click on the plane. So now what that will do is that it'll create this hollow for the side pod and the radiator simulations. So now after you've done that, you click on you hold control and then you click on this and then you click on this. they're just gonna recombine everything because it split a whole line to it. So yep, after that is done, I want you to click on the enclosure again and go to the radiator and the split one right here. Like that's the radiator, and like you can see right there inside, that's the main radiator core, and you just click on that, and that should do this, but just click out. You don't need to cut anything out. You just need to click out of it. And after that is done, we can go to Workbench, and there's this option to share. Click on that, and that was shared. I think it's yeah, it takes a bit to load, but yeah, it should just say 2 faces, 8 edges, and then you click OK, and that should they should get a thing share 2 faces, 8 edges. So now that's done, you go to design again, and then you click on pull, and we gotta start pulling all these some of these sharp edges, not all of them, but some of them, just so that our simulation does not run into any bad mesh cells. So you hold control and you double click on this hole, you double click on this, and then you double click. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I don't know why it's using it. Yeah, double click on this, and you round them up to 2 millimeters. So you just type 2, and it should round them all up like that. Yep. Then after that, you go underneath the car and you hold control again, double click on this, and hold control, and while holding control, double click on this. You type in 2.5. Now go to groups and make sure your mouse is like not here, like it should be over here. Because when you press Control G, it doesn't create a name tab for some reason, at least for me. But you Control G and then you type contact patch, and then you left click and then right click on it, and then you hide. After that is done, now essentially we have done all the cutting stuff, and now we just have to start um, naming everything. And now you click on this and Control G again, inlet, and then you click on this. Plus, yeah, you click on this, and that's your symmetry. And then you click on these two surfaces. That's going to be a slip wall. Just make sure your names are accurate, because it can cause problems if your names are not accurate. So you name this outlet, and you name this ground. Okay, so now you just hold shift and select all these, and you hide them all. So this is what your car will essentially look like, and this is what we're going to run our whole simulation on. So you can see everything is, just make sure everything's been cut out. Like the exhaust, engine, frame, wings, everything needs to be there. So after that's done, you click on the Z arrow. So you can use this box to, get like a standard view of something. Just it makes your life easier for selecting stuff. So you drag from left to right, and select this view. And there's a difference between left to right selection and left to right and right to left. So in right to left, if you notice, like if I do that, it will select the whole thing for me. But if I do left to right, it will not select anything for me unless I cover the whole face, all the faces. Like if I have to do that, it will select the whole wing for me. So I usually want to use left to right, just so I don't by mistake select anything wrong. But yeah, so you go from left to right, and you should see 5 faces for the wheels, for the front wheel. So you name that F wheel, and then you go to the rear wheel and you do the same thing, just zoom in a bit, and then you select it. 5 faces R wheel, and then after that's done, you just hide, and then you come up to the front wheel, and you in left to right drag, and boom, that should be 69 faces. And you just name it template, and you had it. After that's done, I wanted to click on X, and make sure when you're doing this, you just click on some surface so that it has a point of reference, because sometimes like it just like will take it to like random places like that. If I were to press Y, like it does some stuff like that. Otherwise, like if I were to just like uh yeah, so um it's just a useful trick. But so now you just scroll up a bit like that, so you can see the rear wing and plate, and you just left to right again, select the whole thing. That should be 9 faces, and you name that R head plate. Right click and hide. After that is done, we can go to a side view, and then just look a little like that. And you just want to select all the wings now. So you click on this 3, and you name this wing 1. Okay, never mind. And you click on this, and you name this wing 2. And then you click on this wing and this face. That's gonna be your order wing. But if you type it INV wing. Um, After that is done, um, you go to the rear wing inputs. So you name this uh main. So Control G and main. And you click on this, this, and this. Don't select the last one, only select these 3, and you name them wing 3. And then you name this one, and there's like a inside face you have to select too. So not the edge, no face. And you name this wing 4. Okay. So after you name them wings, I want you to again go back to the wings behind them and select the trailing edges. So while holding Control, select all the trailing edges. Just make sure you don't select any edges, because we don't all want to select edges. So yeah, for this is a gurney flap, and for these gurney flaps, you just select these as the trailing edge. Um, oh God, wait. Mark. Um, yeah, you select all the trailing edges. And then for this gurney flap, you do this thing too. Shoot just all the wings. That's all we really need. Um, and keep in mind to hold Control down for this, so that you lose progress. So yeah, just making sure everything is selected and everything looks selected. So it should be 16 faces. So you Control G and need this trailing edge, and you hide. So yeah, just hold Shift and hold it all the way down to the trailing edge and hide, and you put in all this stuff. Now, let's move on to the side pot. So for the side pot, you just hold Control down and you double click this, and then you Wait, hold on. Oh, double click, and then you double click this, double click this, double click this. Then you come back here and then you double click this, your small edges. You come here and then you double click this, and then you double click this inside, and then you click on this too. That should be 16 faces for the side pod. And then you Control G and name this side pod. And then you hide this. So this is all you should be left with essentially. And after this, I want to go to structures and click on this solid and go to groups again, and then Control G and name this radiator and hide. And you'll still see these. Oh, you'll still see these faces right here. So this is the rad in, and that's the rad out. So click on these, this, and hide them, and then you just oh, they're not hide. Okay, yeah. So after they're hidden, like find like a back gap like that. Like all these walls should have like a gap behind them, and you just like go from left to right, or actually just go to left to right, and Control G and name this wall. Right click, hide. So that should be a side pod radius stuff. Now you just click on Y, and now now we're gonna do the under tray. So you just go from right to left for here. We just want to select as many faces as we can for the under tray essentially. So let me just zoom out a bit. So just be careful, like get as close and as high as you can here without having to select anything else like that. We don't want that. Yeah, you hold this, select this, and while holding control, double click on this, double click, double click, double click, double click. Just double click everything, like on the under tray, because you don't want to miss out on any surfaces. Double click, double click, select the editors. Double click. This is yeah. Double click. Um, that's selected. Yeah. Then you come to this. You double click this too, and then you double click this. Double, oh, make sure you don't double click any edges. If you do, just like double click that same edge again. That should fix your problems. I just clicked, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Double click this, and then you come down here. Some of these faces will be unselected. Double click this. I'll click this. Yeah, after this can be sometimes annoying, but yeah. So it should be like, yeah, 101 faces. I think so. Let me just double check everything. So yeah, let's just name this U for now. So Control G and press this U. And then you right click and just hide. And this is just to like kind of see like if everything is basically hidden. So you just like click on this and then click on Z and then just go like that. Just to see if like look for any highlighted edges. If they're not, then I think you're good for the good to go for the under tray. Like let's select everything and like yeah, you can just select everything and 251 faces. Oh, trying to see if I missed anything. Yep. I think it should be good. I don't think we missed anything for under tray. So the under tray should be 101 faces and the body should be 251. You name this body and you change this name to under tray. So why do that is because you can't rename something twice, right? You can't rename it the same. So um you just I just have a U so that I can select it and then select the missing edges and then rename it to undertray so that I don't have to redo stuff. And then I just delete that dummy name part. And that's how I do this makes my life easier. So either ways you hide body and then you just so drag on the whole thing just to make sure that you didn't miss any face just in case. So yep, you should see on 1304 edges and then you close out a Spaceclaim. So after you're done with that, you go to edit and then you go to right click on mesh and edit this. So you can see your transferring part. So yep, you see everything here. Um, so yeah, one thing I would always encourage is naming all your inflations and phase sizings. So these things are called inflations. Like if you go to click on mesh here, and then you can see like inflation, sizing, methods. So um so like I would always suggest that you just name everything so that it can or like name most of the things like body sizing, that's fine. That's just based on what the number the size of it is. But um yeah, naming makes it really easier and organized so that you don't have to worry about oh what's what. First, you click on a face sizing and you go to name selection. So here should be geometry selection. Double click on it and it should take a name selection. Then you select body. And then over here, element size will be 7 millimeters. And make sure capture curvature is set to yes. And don't worry about the D feature size and stuff like that. After that, you create an inflation. This is going to be inflation for your body. So over here, just press Control B, and that should put you to this option to select bodies. And then you click on this geometry selection right here. You click on this and you click over here and apply. Okay. Then you create another face. Oh, sorry. For this inflation, after you click body, you select force layer thickness on this option. So you drop this down and you select force layer thickness, and then you name and you put 1.7375 as your first layer height. And then your maximum layers will be 7, and you don't need to worry about growth rate and inflation algorithm. So after that, you create another face sizing called F wheel. So same thing, name selection, double click on this, so name selection, select F wheel, element size will be 7. Um, one sec. Oh, I guess. Yeah, so um, face sizing will be 7, element sizing will be 7, and make sure capture curvature is set to no. And after that, you create a F-wheel inflation. Again, you just geometry selection, you click on this and you apply here, and then you select F-wheel and name selections for the boundary, and then first layer thickness, and then you name, and then you put the first layer height as 1.45 and maximum layer 7. And after that, you do wing 1, so name selection again, wing 1, element size is 3, capture curvature set to yes. Then you create another face sizing wing 2. So select wing 2, element size is 3, capture curvature set to yes. And then end plate, you name section template, and then element size will be 7, and capture coverage will be no again. Now you go to inflation, and you select again this thing, and then the big body, and then you select boundary scoping method to name sections, and then the boundary to be wing 1. And then first layer thickness is 1.369, maximum layer 7. Then wing 2, select apply. First layer height is 1.3146. Layer is 7. I was gonna kind of speed through all this because this is just the same process repeated. You just have to copy down the numbers. So I'll just go over all of them quickly so that y'all can just look and copy. And ignore these body sizings. We'll just do them all in the last. Don't worry about it right now. Then you create another face sizing for contact patch. Element size 0.5, capture coverage no. Then trailing edge face sizing, 1.3 element size and capture coverage at yes. And trailing edge inflation, apply. First layer thickness 1.5, 7 layers. And RVL face sizing, 7 millimeters, capture coverage to no. Then RV inflation, just click on this, apply. And then under tray face sizing, set the element size to 10 and capture coverage to yes. And then you select the inflation, 1.7 layer height. And then side plot inflation, yes. Oh, sorry, side plot face sizing. Element size is 5, capture coverage to yes. Side plot inflation. The first layer height 1.9783, layers is 7. Then you do a face sizing for the wall. You put this as 5 millimeters, and you have a face sizing, or this might be a body sizing, but for radiator, which will be 3 millimeters in size, and capture coverage to no. For both wall and radiator both, and then you create a method. So over here, right here, you can see a method. You click on that, and then you select radiator in name selections, and then you select these options. Method should be tetrahedron, patch conforming, and the press should be no. And after that, you create a face sizing for main. 7 millimeters element height, capture coverage to yes. Inflation, select the big body. 1.5817 is the layer height. And then employee face sizing 7 millimeters. Capture coverage to yes. And then arm plate, you click on the second big thing. And then 1.5589 millimeters. And after that, you go to wing 3 face sizing. And then you name this as 3 millimeters. Oh, sorry, element size is 3 millimeters. And a capture coverage to yes. And you select the body here, apply. After that, you create a face sizing for inverted wing, 3 millimeters, capture coverage yes. And then inflation 1.3158. Then last in face sizing for wing 4, element size is 3, capture coverage yes, inflation the first layer height is 1.368. Okay, so now let's move on to the body sizings. So again, your first geometry selection is always going to be this big one. So you select this, and then you change this to body of influence. It will be element size and change the body of influence. Element size should be 40. And you select this inside, this force inside box and apply. Then you go to body setting 2, same thing here. And then you name this, put it as 30, and then you select this. And then after that, you do this. This should be another body sizing, and then 15 millimeters, and then you so 15 millimeters. Yeah, the 15 millimeters is the undershirt. So you click on this and then apply. And body sizing 4, that's going to be the foaming boxes, but it's like the big one. Then you do the whole control and select these two and click over here and apply. This should be 10 millimeters. And you'll create another body sizing. This is 15 again. You apply here. and then this box right here, that's going to be the 15 again, apply. Then you create another body sizing, you click select the big one, and click on this one, that's the 20. And you create another body sizing, it's going to be the rear wing one, this is 25. Click on this and apply. And then the last one is a 10 millimeter, which is like this small box right in here. You apply, and that should be all of your mesh settings. So you should have a total of 8 body sizings, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So there should be 8 body sizings. Just ignore this name, it means stupid, but um, so after that is done, I want you to go to connections here, and then right click on contacts and delete the children. Um, yeah. After that, you click on the mesh, and then you make sure that this element size right here is set to 100, because it might not be 100 for you. So I just want you to set this to 100. And after that is done, you make sure that there's a tick follower here, and then you just generate. So yeah, um, sometimes like when you click on the app, for some reason, like you'll just do this, like it'll just like stop responding essentially. But that's not bad. It just, I don't know, it just works like that. You just give it some time, like wait for the program to respond instead of closing it, and it will come back. Okay, so there it is. Um, so over here, like this color, I don't, this brown color, it doesn't really matter. Like unless like the lines are all yellow and like it's pink yellow, like that means it's a failed mesh, and it will show you like over here or somewhere, like it's a failed mesh. But over here you can see that this is fine. Because it's a decent mesh. And you can like, um, yeah, it's like not like here, I guess, but oh, there we go. Um, but yeah, you can also view your bad mesh cells, because sometimes mesh wouldn't fail even if there are bad mesh cells, but as long as they're not like too bad, it's fine. Like these mesh cells are okay. These are like kind of unavoidable essentially over here, but how you view that is after like once the app starts responding, but I'll show y'all. Okay, so there you can see it's finally loaded. Um, yeah, so, oh, yeah, navigating can do this, to like click on this mesh. So yeah, these are not ideal, I would say, but honestly, this is something that will need to be kind of be done in the CAD, but yeah, um, this is, it's okay. Like it's not gonna be anything too devastating. Um, yeah, because you can see this is literally regular cells here all over. That's just the way it is. But yeah, it looks fine. Except for this that one spot, but it's not ideal, but I think it should be fine. Either ways, after this is so, oh yeah, sorry. So the way you can see this is by you go to quality right here, and then you click on, or you can drop this down essentially, and you can select orthogonal quality. And that should show you all these. And yeah, okay. So either ways, now you click on update. Now it will essentially just save all the mesh data for you. Over here, it does not do it automatically, unfortunately, but you have to click on update, and it'll take like another like probably 2 to 5 minutes to update, like to save it.